Good evening, everyone. I hope our audience is doing great today. I'm Shalja from Simply Wow. We are an AI-driven digital aggregator cum collaborator platform in the cosmetics, aesthetics, and the wellness industry. Your beautiful smile can make someone happy. So we can say that the smile is a mantra that can make others feel comfortable about you, right? So for all your beautiful smiles there, we have Dental 32, a multi-specialty dental clinic with the super specialty dentist. So Dr. Santosh, who is
Hi.
he is the oral and maxillofacial surgeon with a 17 years of experience overall. And we also have Dr. Shilpa, who is the
Hi.
pediatric dentist and the cosmetic and the aesthetic dentist with over 13 plus years of experience. I welcome you, ma'am. I welcome you, sir.
Thank
Hi,
you.
thank you.
So, as we all know, the most concerning thing about the parents these days is when we see that our child has tooth problems or decayed teeth, right? So, kids eat a lot of junk with the chocolates and cold drinks, burgers, pizzas, etc. But they don't brush their teeth multiple times. So, today we have Dr. Shilpa and Dr. Santosh who will be talking about the various aspects of the dental aspects. So, Dr. Santosh, can you
Yeah.
please tell what Dental 32 is all about and what are the services that your clinic offers?
Yeah. Dental 32 represents a new standard in dentistry that represents emphasis on the quality, transparency, and safety. We offer an entire range of dental care from restorative treatments like filling and root canal to complex oral and maxillofacial surgery to the latest cosmetic treatment and modules. We provide exclusive pediatric dental care and are focused on revolutionizing the way children experience the dental treatment. We are equipped with state-of-art equipment and technology, and we have set a highest threshold for hygiene, clinical safety, and ethics, and, and for the transparency and the customer services. Dental 32 is one-stop solution for all your teeth-related issues. We have our own team at the Dental 32, believe in the patient getting the right treatment by the doctors who are best in their own areas of expertise. Our philosophy emphasizes on a preventive methodology that will prevent the onset of serious dental problems. So we have an holistic approach towards all the dental treatments so that the patient gets the highest quality of the facility with a safety, with ethics, with a good, with a affordable prices. Thank you.
So, Dr. Shilpa, as you are a pediatric dentist, so can you tell me what a pediatric dentist are and how they are different from dentists?
Pediatric dentist is the one who is having a specialized training in the treating the child's child related issues, which is like child mainly related to the child oral health care. And they are different because they are certified and also they are having a qualification which is different from our family dentist. And they are totally child oriented treatments, which is from the they will be starting from the preventive measures. They will be mainly focusing on the preventive measures, which includes the cavity preventions measures to be taken, and the diet counseling for the parents, mainly why as you introduced the how the child care like oral hygiene measures has to be maintained to the parents, and also with the overall development of the jaws and the teeth in the childhood, various stages of the childhood. And in usually the pediatric dentist dental office is so different. It is a child friendly clinic where it will be a toys and little it will be friendly, and every appointment will be pleasant for a child that has to be taken care of by the pediatric dentist. And always it is like it will be having all the different areas where you have to focus it on. The child will be developing in various stages. At the same time, the different types of problems will be existing. As they are in the early childhood, they will be having cavities, and at the same of in the late, like in the mixed dentition period, where the patient will be having a uh, alignment of the teeth problems. So we will be dealing with all those things. So usually the child, like in from the infancy to the adolescence, we will be treating under in one roof as a pediatric dentist. They are considered as a pediatric dentist. So it is about the pediatric dentist, little different from all the other normal general dentists.
So as the mothers with the little kids are often confused about what age should their child start brushing. Which toothpaste also do you recommend?
Actually, Shalila, it is about the teeth. Whenever they start seeing the teeth, they have to start brushing. It is not given by me. It is mainly given by the American Academy of Pediatric Dentistry. They recommended as soon as you see or appear the tooth in the oral cavity, you have to start brushing. Not usually with the brush. This chain, can be wiped with a cloth or dental wipes will be available. You can use it. And as a child advances, like after the infancy, if the few teeth, like little 6 teeth are came, so you have to start with a toothbrush, normal one with the soft one, and with the non-fluoridated till 2 years. Okay, you will be getting as a non-fluoridated gel. And after 2 to 4 years, you have to start with the fluoridated paste, which is the size of the quantity of the paste should be rice grain. And after again 4 to 6 years, the same paste will be continued in 6 years with the size of the paste will be changing. But the same paste can be used till the 6 years. Once the child has get the spitting mechanism, they can introduce the fluoridated paste. So better as the tooth appears in the oral cavity, you can start brushing.
So,
very important.
Yes, yes. So how often a child should visit a pediatric dentist?
Yeah, as I mentioned, the child is undergoing, it is like from infancy to the adolescent. It is mainly from 0 to 13 years, what we consider. So he will be going under the various stages of the development. So it is better like every 6 months he or she has to visit a dentist, that is pediatric dentist if possible, or else at least a dentist. Because in the initial stages, if you see the cavity and all, if you catch a cavity, then you can treat it quickly and you can prevent other further progressing of the cavities. So at the same time, any teeth related problems can be seen. So every 6 months, it is the better to not only for a child, it is for also adults also alike. Whatever it may be, they have to visit a dentist and go for the preventive measures mainly.
So these days, kids are eat a lot of junk food, and almost every day they like to eat sweets and things like that. So how often do they need to brush?
How often is usually twice a day is considered as to brush, but as nighttime brushing is compulsory for the kids because they will be giving a lot of time not to have a saliva secretions. Secretions will be there, not to have any chewing and all. So it is ample amount of time where the bacteria can colonize. So it is better nighttime brushing is compulsory for all the kids.
And especially the babies, the kids who are very small and they are on feeding, right?
Correct.
So in that case, how the mother has to take care of the child's teeth?
It's a very good question because as we are the pediatric dentists, we are very tough time in dealing with the 2 years kid because they cannot listen and at the same time we cannot treat properly also. So in those conditions, the main problem is existing with the feeding. The many parents, they doesn't know how to feed a baby in the night time. So they will be giving always the demand feeding. Whenever the child cries, they start giving the milk. So it has to be tapered and it is better to maintain intervals of time. Like if the child is going to sleep at a night 9 o'clock, so better give a milk and make him to sleep and then at least 1 to 3 hours gap should be maintained. After that again they can feed them. If it is a demand feeding, there will be a chances of nursing bottle caries, early childhood caries, which is a tough time for a pediatric dentist, at the same time for the parents also to handle.
So thank you, Dr. Shilpa, for your inputs and whatever you have shared with us. So now let's begin with Dr. Santosh.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, as mentioned earlier, Dr. Santosh is an oral and maxillofacial surgeon. So he will be highlighting a few insights about the dental implants today. So, Dr. Santosh, what is dental implants? So, just a brief introduction about what the topic is all about.
So, dental implants have come to in place in practice when we lose a teeth. When we lose a teeth, it has to be replaced. Okay. So, dental implant is a one way to replace the tooth. There are many ways to replace a teeth. Dental implant is one of the way. But it is a newer technology the minimal side effect to the adjacent tooth. We had earlier something called as a bridges, where we need to cut the adjacent tooth, take a support of that and make a tooth in where the teeth is missing. Because of the advancement in the newer technology, implant can be directly placed inside the bone. Taking support of that, we can make a new tooth. Okay, so in this model, you can see here, the patient has lost the teeth here. Okay, so without taking a support of the adjacent tooth, we can directly place an implant which goes inside the bone and make a firm connection with the bone. We call it as an osteosynthesis, osteointegration. So once our osteointegration happens, we fix a crown on that. Okay, like this. So it becomes a natural. It looks like a natural tooth, right? So the amount of aesthetics which comes out of the dental implant is almost all nearly equal to the natural tooth. So it is an advancement which gives a very good opportunity for persons who has lost the tooth. So dental implants can be safely can be done by all the individuals who have lost the tooth.
So, Dr. Santosh, what is the age group where the dental implants can be done?
Dental implants can be done from adults to the all old ages. Okay, and usually it is not referred in a pediatric growing ages. Other than that, we can do it in all the ages from adults to the old ages. There is no restriction for the older ages. We can do in any age with the safety.
The missing teeth can be replaced.
Yeah, yeah.
So, is the procedure being very painful, or is there a minimal pain in the procedure? So that is something for everybody are scared to
everybody,
like
yes, yes.
That's the only
Everybody
thing
thinks
that
that placing a screw will be painful. It looks very, somebody hears for the first time that screw is placed inside the bone, especially the layman's think that it is a very painful procedure. But as we know that when you pull the teeth, we anesthetize in that area, and we pull the teeth. Okay. The same way when we are placing the implant, we will anesthetize that area, the local anesthesia. So it is very, we can say it is pain is not minimal or no. Absolutely no pain will happen during a placement of the implant. It is one of the safest procedure. It is a very routinely done procedure. It's not a new now. It's almost all done since 70 years. And it's a very well accepted treatment procedure. So there is no question of pain or something like that. Okay. So it is very safe, painless procedure.
And after the procedures, how many regular visits are required for the implant?
Yeah, it's a very difficult question to answer because it depends on the how many teeth have been lost, how many teeth has to be replaced, what is the condition of the bone of a patient. It depends on all the criteria. So it cannot be standardized for everybody. It depends on different patients require different amounts of the different number of the appointments. So basically, for if a single tooth is missing, it requires around 3 to 4 appointments. But now there is advancement in a newer implants, there are Sweden basal implants and all. So where the teeth will be replaced within 3 to 4 days with 2 to 3 appointments. Okay, so that is we call as a basal implantology. That also it is practiced in our dental 32.
So just like before we end this, I just wanted to ask one last question. Basically, what is the cost that is involved in these implants? A general overview about it.
Yeah, again, it depends on how many teeth you have to get replaced, and single tooth to many tooth or full whole complete set of the teeth. Okay, so it mainly depends on the how many teeth has to replace. But one thing I want to emphasize that the cost is not more compared to bridges, crown and bridges. In the crown and bridges, we sometimes need to a root canal treatment, and we need to fix the adjacent tooth also. It doesn't come in a single unit. If you want to replace a single tooth also, it comes in a 3 unit. Okay, you have to pay for the 3 units. And the length of the bridges is around 10 to 15 years. After that, you may need to replace it. In dental implants, if your oral hygiene maintenance is fine, go for a lifelong and without any problem and failures. So if you try to compare, it is not more than the other treatments of the replacement.
So at this particular pandemic situation where everybody are feeling the risk of coming to your clinic, how many appointments do you take in a day, and how do you take care of the safety of your patients?
That is very pertinent question. So first of all, when anybody visits our clinic, we try to tell the patients in the phone only, so that appointments are fixed. Only fixed appointments are taken, and we try to tell the patient that they come alone. If they are dependent, they can bring one person along with them. So without mask, there is no entry into the clinic. Once they before entering the clinic, they have to sanitize their hands, and we'll check with the thermometer, for the infrared thermometer, the temperatures. Once they come inside, before coming inside, we provide the shoe covers, gloves, and other safety measures. And
Basically,
once they come inside, yeah,
the
please.
PPE sets, basically.
Yeah, just I'm coming to that. So that is for the patient when they enter the clinic. For the doctors, when we start a procedure, the proper PPE kits are used and the proper sanitization is followed. The instrument sterilization and the proper environment sterilization is followed by using a UV lights, air purifiers, and fumigation. Night fumigation after every day, and after in between the patients UV light exposures, so that the chances of getting infection is very minimal from the clinic. So till now in world, there is no instance of any corona transmission through the dental clinic, because all dentists are mainly trained to handle the cross infection. So that is the one advantage where, so till now there is no instance of any cases of corona infection getting through the dental clinic in the world. And now I'm telling about the India. So it is a safe to visit a dental clinic. If you have any emergencies, you can visit and get a treatment. And so it is not a issue, and there is no need to wait for emergency to get the treatment.
So that's a wonderful input that you have given about
all the disposable things are we are using now. Actually, not because of the corona. Initially, also we use all the disposables main, because we should not want to use a one person or another person ka things. So mainly we are taking care much towards the COVID situations, and every patient is recorded with the temperature and pulse, partial oxygen saturation points and all should be noted before this meeting the doctor. And once they meet, everything is like they only see how we sanitize and all. So it is many patients will say tell that it is a safe to come to dental 32.
So now that you've been using a lot of safety measures like PPE kits, and even for the patient safety, you've been sanitizing and asked them to wear the different types of boots and things like that. So is it relating to the cost? Is it affecting the cost of your procedures? And how are you going to work this out?
Yes, it's a very good question. Initial when the situation started, the PPE costed very high, because now mass production in India, the PPE costs are very nominal charges we are getting. So charges are very little bit increased, but they are not very high compared to the previous charges.
Thank you, Dr. Santosh and Dr. Shilpa, for sharing your valuable time and with us and giving some insightful knowledge about the dental health. So, if you wish to speak to our doctors, you can reach out to them with the details mentioned below. So, let us always greet each other with smile, because smile brings happiness and confidence. So, bye for now.
Thank you. Thank you for a wonderful hosting. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.